In this video, you're going to find out how much slice you need to play to be effective at the net. Hello and welcome everybody. Today we are in Bandeja. It's just very sunny and we're here with Finnish talent today, finding out how much slice we need to play in order to be effective in the net. And we're going to start right now. Mennään!
Mennään, vamos.
I think so. Vamos! We're going to work on the preparation, that if you prepare closer to you, you will be way harder to read. Because if you have a big preparation, your opponent knows that you're going to play fast. If you can learn to play your volley from a short preparation, you're going to be way more harder to read, which makes you a deadly paddle player. Because what I wanted to do is to make your backswing a little bit shorter. Try to play a little bit fast volley to each other to force the other one to make a short backswing.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you fail, we cut it out. Yeah, so for both of the goal is to stay here. The idea of today is that if you have a short backswing, you can play more slice.
Yeah.
If you make a big backswing, you will have a power volley. And power volley can be good sometimes, but not always. So we need variation.
Okay.
So the goal is to have the elbows in front. Well, slice will always bring the ball down, so it will be very difficult to defend the slice volleys. Yes, try to slice the volley a little bit. One step back. So now the follow through becomes very long. So now try to volley deep with slice. Oh, sorry, a little bit less slice. For you, Tina, try to be a little bit here and then try, instead of doing this, try to go more there. So very long.
Okay.
Because now all of the slice coming from the wrist. And sometimes that becomes a little bit floppy. So the wrist can go there, but then it should be both. So and wrist and arm. For your preparation, sometimes you're already stretched. So if you stretch, you cannot really follow through. So try to go from bending to extending. Go from this to a little bit more this.
Okay.
And hold the racket slightly lower on the grip. Yes. So when the ball is coming in your hair, it's more likely that you have to use the wrist or that you play a flat volley. If you are a little bit more there, you can play a more slice. Yes. So now you play volley rally, the same, but now you're going to be very close to the glass. Because now you cannot make a backswing.
Yeah.
So this is a method that you cannot use a backswing. So you still play volley, but you're forced to remain there. Slice, yes. Oh, last one. A little bit slice, yes. A little bit slice, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, amazing. Okay, let's switch sides. At the end you did a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we need in the volley, and then we go longer, but now you don't have time to go longer.
Okay.
Okay, vámonos. Nice. Yes. Slice with the arm, dude. Long. Oh, so it's So we have to try to follow through if we can. Also with the four, oh nice both ball. A few more.
Sorry.
Oh, so a little bit there, boom, there, boom.
Yeah.
So it's mostly backhand because you don't have time. But if it's forehand, then keep it firm, the wrist.
Okay.
3 left. Yes. Firm wrist. Yes. Yes, this is nice. Firm, firm. Yes. So this is extremely short backswing. Now we go to longer follow through.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We do 2 balls in a row. 1 forehand volley long over there. So it's high preparation and keep it close to you. So keep it here. Long, split step, long. Next. And then you move around like this, always like this. If you turn like this, you will get this. To pick you up from the ground after the exercise. The goal is with the forehand volley in the middle and the backhand volley in the corner. So you play where you're moving towards. This is the most important thing that we have to change today, is instead of the ball, is the high to low. So we try to cut the top of the ball with the slice, and that my volley is like this. So instead of doing this one, I go more there. So the line will be like this with the volley. If the ball hits the net, doesn't matter. But then we can keep the ball lower. Yes, and long. Exactly, I like it. Yes. Very good. Yes, prepare slowly. Yes, prepare in slow motion. Yes, prepare in slow motion. Nice. You should try to follow through longer. So if I hit the forehand volley, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many blocks forward, like maybe all the way from here to there. I follow through with my forehand volley. Very long. So I can carry the ball forwards. The moment I do this, then I stop follow throughing and the ball is like dying or not accelerating. So try to hit it softer, but longer. So try to carry the ball on your racket. Yes, I like this. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Carry the ball. Yes. If you're rushing forwards, then it's probably going to be a block. So we have to wait for the ball and then long. But I like the volleys now much lower, I think. We do the same with the bandeja. You have to be close to the glass, so you have a short preparation. I throw you the ball, and from there, you bandeja, and you go around, and then the next one is. So now I'm forcing you to play from a very small backswing, so you have a lot of slice in your bandeja slash fibura. Turn your body a little bit more to the corner. Yeah, okay. I toss you the ball, and then you play the bandeja, and then the next. Yeah, prepare. Yes, next. Yeah, prepare. Yes, prepare. Yes, and we have to be more gentle to the ball. Hear my sound of the ball. It's much lighter. So now the ball's rotating a lot. So the goal is to be here, close, and from there, long. And I end all the way there. That's maximum. Yes, I like it. Yeah, wow, a lot of slice. Yes. Yes. Carry the ball. Yes. And long. Yes, slow down. Yes, I like it. This sound was different. Yeah, wow. Yeah. You play the bandeja and the ball is fast there and it doesn't slice and somebody blocks the ball, then they play on your feet. So if your ball is on the way long and is very low, they cannot play the lob, but it's also hard for them to half volley the ball. So this was a very good shot.
Yes.
So if there is no wall, you have to imagine that the wall is still there and you cannot go further than this. This is maximum. This is too far. Yeah, so keep it soft. But also the left hand is crucial.
Yeah.
So if your left hand is here, this hand is going to be there. If you're here, then probably this is closer. So the left and the right hand together need to work together. Left and right close to each other. So forehand volley, the same as the bandeja. High, short, long. Backhand, high, short, long. Bandeja, high, close, long. Forehand, yes. Backhand, yes. High to low. Wow. Long, nice. Prepare. Yes, super. Yes. Higher. Very good. Be careful with this because you lose a little bit of control. So with the bandeja, it's good to hold it. So you still keep turning, but slower than the hand. The arm should be faster than the upper body. Long arm. Better. Very nice. Long arm. Very good. Very long. Very good. Super. So the shoulders are for aiming and not really to turn so much. They will be more for the smash. Yes, keep the backswing short. So this was too much. Soft upper body. Again, Tina, try to go longer. So this, long. Yeah, so try to go a little bit here.
Yeah.
So there, and then no mas.
Yeah.
You don't have to go there with the volley.
Okay.
That will be too much.
Okay.
Especially when somebody plays fast.
Yeah.
So then it's just this. So try to go and push with this part, my hand. Yes. Because that will make the ball go there.
Okay.
High to low. Yes. Yes, amazing. Last 3 shots. Follow through. Yes. Long. Yes. Long. Again. Turn your body a little bit more to me. Your left shoulder. Yes. Again. Let's say you have 50% speed, 50% slice, and you go 60% or 70% power and 30% slice, the ball is not going to be as amazing. So try to stay on the 50% slice, 50% power. If you want to go for more power, then it's not going to be amazing anymore. Okay, so now we worked on the upper body, and I think it's important that the upper body is there, that the arm is faster than the upper body. As a quick recap. So if you do this a lot, then sometimes you follow through to the wrong side, to the corner. And if you hold this steady, like to have to be here, and then you hold and then you go there, it's easier. So sometimes you have to play with the upper body more stiff, more doing less. More is more to aim. So I want to aim in the corner, I aim my left shoulder to the corner, and I play, boom, okay, and then I go. But not at the same time. So it has to be a sequence of following from certain parts of the bandeja. This is the bandeja exercise for more slice using the upper body less. Nearly, yes. Nice. 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 Wow. Yes, prepare slightly higher. Yes, open the racket a little bit more. This is nice. High racket, extend. Yes. Wow. your shots. Yes, so you have to let the ball drop a little bit and you should go a little bit to the ball. Yeah, so it should be, I think, the bandeja slightly higher than the head. Then it would be, because then you can take more risk. The more you drop the contact point, the risky it becomes. Then you can only play a very slow bandeja. So if you want to play aggressive, you can hit higher and go to the side wall to the fence. And the further you are positioned, the higher you should hit. The closer you are, the lower you can let it drop. Because you're not going to make a mistake anymore. Now in the rally, so first ball high, bandeja or fibra. And when it's a volley, try to keep it short and more slice. So watch my contact point. If my contact point is high, I will play aggressive. If my contact point is low, I will play nice. Wow. So now it was going and accelerating. That's the one. Again. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. Nice. Very good. I need to win some points for you to fill them. Oh! Yes, amazing. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit deeper, otherwise I cannot win. Okay. Happy New Year! Yeah, thank you. I feel the same way. Oh! Okay, bandeja. Very nice. So now we start with the volley, but with the same pressure. Should be the same. Same pressure. Yes. Step. Yes. And then longer. So keep carrying the ball. And then now you have to understand how you need to defend your own ball.
Okay.
Because now both of you play at a better ball, so we need different defending. And follow through now. Yes. Yes. Okay, now we do the following. The second bounce has to remain behind the white line. So if the second bounce comes passing the line, it's out. So then you can let it go. You cannot volley the ball anymore. Yeah? So I think for this training, the next level for both of the players here, they have to learn to use the glass when they're under pressure. So don't half volley from the back, because you keep the rhythm high. And if you keep the rhythm high, it is very hard to win the net, because if somebody plays you a fast ball, you cannot play lob. So you have to learn to play with the wall to slow down the game. That's better, yes. Yeah. No worries. this one, because it's dying. If I play faster, I can play there, the ball still is behind the white line. Or I have to play this ball. Nice one. How can I use my slice to make it more difficult for my opponent? And it has to do with some things, because if I play like flat in the center, it's not as hard. But if I play a lot of slice in the middle, it's amazing and it dies. So you can use the slice, the shorter preparation for this specific shot. You can use the short preparation also to generate the side slice a little bit, to go more to the side wall. Because if I play this ball flat, there's a different thing. I can also play deep on your left foot, and I want the ball to die behind the white line. So if you can let it bounce. So now it's complicated, but if I add a little bit more slice, in my opinion, now it dies there. Now he has to move back a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what I think makes defending more difficult with the amount of slice is the reading the glass and also changing, because if you have a shorter preparation, you cannot read what I'm going to do. If my preparation is big, you probably know that the ball is going to rebound a lot and you can step forward what you're doing now. So a short preparation, if you can play soft and fast from the same preparation, is killing. So try to generate a little bit more slice and try to vary the center and the side wall a little bit more. Yes, so look at the contact point. Nice. So some balls are dying very close to the glass. Some balls you can accelerate, because with the short preparation you can also play fast. And your contact point is way lower when you're defending. So all the balls that come after are easier.
Yeah.
So you keep the net longer if you add more slice in your shots, because it's quite hard to half volley lob or something. It's quite difficult. And if you play flat shots, defending of the wall becomes easier if you know how to use the glass. So slice is the method to hold the net longer and to camouflage what you're doing. Yeah? Soft and low. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so this is a good example, I think one of the best ones. We need to find a way that we can play with slice and keep follow throughing, because if we slice and we stop, it becomes too easy. So we have to try to slice and follow through, and then it's the most dangerous shot we can play. I like this one. Well, if you play with more slice in the bandeja, it's so hard to half volley because the ball is like jumping to another direction. And if you play faster, it's easier. Then you do this, and the ball goes over the net. And with slice, it's so hard. So use slice to make it difficult to half volley as well. Yeah, this is fine. It's closer to the glass. Nice. Continue. Good. Yes. Now you're playing a lot of balls cross court. You can be twice as dangerous if you also play in the center, softer. Because if you can play fast, your fastball becomes amazingly powerful if you can also slow down.
Yeah.
Because if you play fast and you always play fast, they know.
Yeah.
So if you have a weapon, train the counter side of the weapon. So if you have amazing power, train amazing slowness. So if you slow down in the center and then accelerate, boom, it's killing. But the variation was good. So try to use more speeds, more different kinds of speeds. Yes! So as you saw in this last shot, after he played in the center, he was winning the point straight away. So the center is way, way underrated, and I think too many people play cross courts building up. If you are further away from the net, you should try to play slower because you need time to recover. So if you destroy the ball when you're close to the white line, it is very hard to get into a good position. So the further you're away from the net, the slower you should play, but try to still to play deep so you have time to get back to the net. The ball has to go forwards. So soft with a follow through.
Okay.
And that's why you need the slice for.
Okay.
Slicing. Yes. Letting the ball one step forward. Yes, higher preparation. So I'm here. Now I can stay because this ball was fast. Yeah. So if I'm here, it's slow, I'm here against the glass. Now I'm against the glass. So if I start here, the ball's fast, I stay. If the ball's slow, sometimes I need to be here. Because otherwise you cannot slow down the rally. Yes, slow down the rally. Yes. If your bandeja is too fast and you keep half volleying or volleying, then nothing changes. But if you play the too fast bandeja and you let the ball bounce against the glass, you can slow the game down and then take the net. So if you can have a fast bandeja but you still slice the ball, then she is forced to half volley because the ball is too difficult to let the ball pass. So that's why we need the slice. So try to play soft on his backhand and then try to take the net like that. Few more balls. Amazing. Oh, you can use the glass. Slow down, slow down, slow down. This is a great ball. Okay, now play slower from here. Few more. Yes. Amazing ball. Amazing ball. Yes. So I think it's a lot about the correct speed and the correct slice, and that we experience now that if we slice more, then you hold the net longer. That's the goal of the slice. It's harder to half volley when you slice. It is also easier to play soft because you can use the slice to play soft. And you can variate with that. So I think that's important. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to the YouTube channel. And our goal is to reach 40,000 subscribers at the end of this year. So please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And see you next time. Hasta luego. Ciao. Adios.